All right, guys, how are we doing tonight? Okay, thank you. Mm-hmm. uh, those are my daughters right there in the background. Guys, I have something amazing for you. A really easy task, not easy, but simple task. If you want to get into forex trading, but you really don't understand how to do support resistance, how to do the basic stuff, how to find a trade to get into. So in iMarkets, we have a system called the harmonic scanner, right? It predicts when the market is going to change into a direction, either into a buy or a sell, if the market is going to go into an uptrend or a downtrend. Um, on the harmonic alone, it's 85% correct on its calls. But me and my best friend in the whole world, Daniel, have figured out how to make it 90 to 95%. The last 2 weeks, all I have been doing is trading this strategy. Okay, it's really, really, really simple. What we're gonna do is we're gonna show you first of all how to start your brokerage account when you contact us, and how to get into iMarkets. Uh, to me, this tool is gonna pay for itself um, within a week if you just learn the strategy. Okay. Um, so with us, we use our broker, which is Hugo's Way, right here, right? We click on that one, and I always use the H1, the H4, or the D1 chart. So all it means is the hour one, the hour four, and the day one chart. I click on them, right, and then they automatically pop up for you. So your currencies will automatically pop up for you, and they will call the trades for you. So that's step one, that you don't have to find a trade to actually get into. The harmonic is going to find one for you. Okay. So earlier today, I actually clicked on EuroCAD, right? So I was looking at this trade, setting up. So when a harmonic pops up, it kind of pops up before the trade actually happens, okay? And then when the harmonic is from X, A, B, C, and then D at the top, that means it's calling for a sell. And if it's flipped, so if the D is at the bottom, it's calling for a buy. But in this example, we're looking for a sell, all right? So EuroCAD, the D's at the top, we're looking for a sell. It gives you an entry, right? It gives you a TP 1, 2, and 3. Right? So all these are the take profits, are for ranges that you want to take profit in the market. And as well with the harmonic is amazing guys, is these take profits and entries, right, are support and resistance lines. Okay, so they're already drawn out for you. Makes life so much easier, right? So everything's already drawn up for you. You don't even have to overthink anything. Okay, a lot of times too, the harmonic will be in a pattern and the D will end before the entry. So what you do is you look left, always look left. And if you see where the D is on your harmonic is in a zone, so we're in a zone right now. I've already clicked in, made it a zone, right? So this is a zone, and the reason why it's a zone or support and resistance is you have multiple wicks in this area. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then earlier today where I was looking at the trade, you have a zone here. So it shot up, hit the part of the harmonic, right, and it start crumbling back down. When I saw it crumbling down into that zone, I hit the sell button. Yes, at first you were, I think we were 13 pips in profit. So that means no drawdown on that. 12 pips of profit. Then this next candle shot back up into the zone. I stayed in the trade and it shot back down. We caught 49 pips. I would say I got out 46 pips. 46 pips in 4 hours, right? No drawdown. My trade was never in the negative, right? and it's been like that all week. I'm 5 for 5. I haven't had to worry about anything, and I haven't been in drawdown at all. A drawdown means is that when you get into a trade, it's negative. I have not been in negative all week. Okay, and have not lost a trade all week. Well, the last 2 weeks, I have not lost a trade doing this strategy. Really simple strategy. If you do have questions, please feel free to hit us up on our Telegram, which is Trend Society. I will post it beneath our YouTube page. Like I said, we will set you up. And I mean, I technically can't give you the terms that is 90 to 95%, but the harmonic is 85%. And what that means is they attempted 100 trades and 85% of the time. So that means 85 times it hit TP1. So you didn't lose a trade 85% of the time. And I feel like with this strategy, the strategy will push you up to 90 to 95%. And you only have to be 50% to be successful in Forex. Okay. Another thing what I do to backtest the strategy is when the harmonic pulls up, right? So you're looking for a harmonic trade. You're looking for a currency trade. So let's just go to AUDJPY, right? So it calls a trade out. It's calling for a sell. So what I do is I also go back to trading view and click on my trading view chart, right? And I always go to the day so I can see the trend. Right. So on the daily, you can definitely see that this is a downtrend. From here to here is a downtrend. Right. And earlier today, I actually got in this trade as well. I saw this. Right. I saw my entry point here, which is a support and resistance line. We were already giving it to you. They're already giving it to you that this is a support line or a resistance line. And this is giving you an entry, right? It's giving you a potential entry. So all you're doing is you're looking to see if this entry is correct. So you go back to your trading view, right? You mark up your own chart, right? And you're definitely at a support and resistance line here. And this is a daily support and resistance line. So this is really important. So the harmonic called a really important support and resistance line for you, right? So what do? You see if price action can put you into this trade. Let's see. Let's go all the way down. So from the top to the bottom, that was 27 pips. That's a 27 pip trade, right? I say that for you to be successful in trading, all you need is 10 to 20 pips every trade. Because I do something called trend trading. So I get in my trade 2 times on that position, right? So in actuality, I actually caught 40 pips because I was in 2 positions on that trade. So I caught it from here all the way down here on the 4-hour, no drawdown. So that was never negative. In actuality, it's like 36 pips if you would have stayed all the way in for 8 hours. If you would have stayed in for 8 hours, you would have had 36 pips. Right? No drawdown. That means you were never negative. Okay. So in actuality, this is how we're gonna do the strategy. So you're gonna go to your harmonic, you're gonna click on the H4, H1, H4, D1 on the. And as you see up here, we have different brokers that we can use with the harmonic. But like I said, I use Hugo's Way. I'm not sponsored by them in any way, so I just like their spreads, right? I go to Hugo's Way. I find the trade that they're calling. I go back to my trading view, right? I do my own support and resistance lines for myself so I can see it, right? So I don't just hop in the trade. And I use something called the Ichimoku Cloud, right? So I didn't change anything on the Ichimoku Cloud. The only thing I changed is the conversion line, the baseline, and the lagging span. The reason why I take those off because all I need the cloud for is support and resistance. Okay, and I'm gonna explain that to you how I find support and resistance with the Ichimoku cloud. All right, so the Ichimoku cloud gives you potentially a trend, and it also gives you support and resistance lines. All right, so wherever the cloud is flat and it's a red line, that is a support and resistance line. So if I scroll in here, you see this flat straight line here, right? And if you have watched any of our other trading videos on YouTube, you know that I don't believe in an actual support and resistance line. I believe in a support and resistance area. Okay, because I feel like support and resistance is not, I'm not just cut and dry. It's not just black and white. I give it an area because if you look, you see this wick. You can't say that this part of the wick or this part of the wick is support and resistance. That whole area is support and resistance, right? Because the price did come into that area, right? So you see the support and resistance right here from the flat line of the cloud. You have a wick here. You have where price didn't want to come in this area, right? You have price come in this area, but it's still wicked back up. You had price break this area, right? And it wicked off of this area. So this whole area is support and resistance. Right? I mean, it doesn't matter how you look at support and resistance. I just feel like it's more of an area than just a straight line. Right? So that's all I use the cloud for is support and resistance. Okay? I do look at the different colors of the cloud as well. So if you have a green cloud and it's opening up, that means 9 times out of 10 that the trend is going into a buy. Right? Or going into an uptrend. As you see here, you see that this flipped over into a green cloud and it start opening up. And what did price do? Price shot up, right? You see, you get this Ichimoku twist, what they call it, or you can call it a turn. And the cloud becomes red right? So what did it do? Price dropped beneath the cloud, right? And sometimes it'll come into the cloud and retest it. And then it dropped again because the cloud got bigger, right? Whenever the cloud is thin, all that means is that price has a chance to break through the cloud or come back to the cloud, okay? So when the thicker the cloud, the better the trend. Or the more inverted the cloud, the better the trend, okay? So you see how this cloud is really thin, but it's inverted. It's going down, so you had a strong downtrend, right? And go back to this one again. Cloud is kind of thin, but it's inverted. So what it is going almost straight up. So price is going straight up. This is all I use the cloud for. Really though, is support and resistance, nothing else. Okay, and as soon as you see price action doing what you wanted to do, right, and it's matching your harmonic scanner, that's when you get in the trade. Just as simple as that. I would say it's like 3 or 4 steps, but you just have to be patient. And I've noticed, this is a little bit more difficult. I've noticed that once you got into a trade on the harmonic, so let's go back to AUD JPY, right? This hasn't hit TP1, so the harmonic is up still, right? But it's coming back to the support line or resistance line, right? But as you see this price action, it's having a hard time breaking this support and resistance line. Why? Because AUD JPY long term is still a downtrend, right? If you go to the daily, it's still a downtrend. So you have a potential of actually getting in the impulse move of the candle, right? You have the impulse move of a harmonic, and then you can also look to see if you can get into the trade again. on the same trade, right? So you got it's coming back to support and resistance. It's totally failing the zone, as you see by price action. And let's see if you want to be risky. Let's see if you can ride this back down. That's another 29 pips down to support. All right, this is easy as that. I'm gonna call it a night for y'all. I will post, like I said, everything that I need to post underneath the YouTube channel, and I will see you on the other side. We will never look down on anyone unless we're willing to pick them up. As my mentor tells us, y'all have a good night.